Okay, picture this. You're walking around Paris, a city bustling with millions of people, right? But directly beneath your feet, there's a whole clandestine society operating completely in the shadows. We're diving into an explainer of one of the wildest discoveries of 2004, when police navigating the pitch-black maze of the Paris catacombs cracked open a hidden wall and found something that literally defies all logic: the secret underground theater of Paris.
So it's August 2004, and a specialized police squad is just out doing a routine training exercise. They're way off the beaten path, navigating these forbidden, totally blocked-off tunnels under the city. But when they pushed past this unassuming stone barrier, they didn't just find, ancient rubble. No way. They stepped right into a fully functional illegal movie theater hidden deep, deep underground.
Part 1. Deep beneath the streets. The discovery.
Now, the sensory whiplash here is just jarring. On one hand, you've got the reality of the catacombs. It's pitch black, it's freezing cold, and you're surrounded by unmapped tunnels literally lined with human bones. But then you cross this threshold, and suddenly you're standing inside a high-tech, expertly wired lounge. It's like stepping out of a medieval graveyard and right into a modern secret living space in the literal blink of an eye.
And the sheer scale of this thing? Absolutely staggering. We are talking 4,300 square feet. That's a cavern larger than a lot of luxury homes, just entirely hollowed out down there in the earth. And honestly, the craziest part? The occupants had expertly tapped directly into the Parisian power grid. Yeah, they were just siphoning city electricity to run this vast underground empire right beneath the authorities' noses.
Part 2. A high-tech subterranean lair, the cinema.
Because look, the police quickly realized this wasn't just some makeshift squatter camp. The sheer luxury of it left them in absolute awe. Imagine standing inside a full-size amphitheater, meticulously carved right out of the bedrock. They had a professional projection screen dominating the room, a massive collection of films, and rows of super comfortable seating. And if that wasn't enough, right next to the cinema was a fully operational restaurant and a stocked bar. It was, quite literally, a completely self-sustaining entertainment complex.
Part 3. The Phantom Security Ring Protecting the Secret.
So how exactly does a 4,300 square foot, brightly lit luxury compound just go completely unnoticed? Well, they didn't just build a theater, they built a fortress. Imagine you're an urban explorer, right? You're creeping through these pitch-black, bone-lined tunnels with just a weak little flashlight. What you don't know is that motion-activated, closed-circuit security cameras are tracking your every single move in the dark. These underground inhabitants had eyes everywhere. They could see you long before you even realized you were near a restricted wall. But seeing an intruder is only half the battle. Deterring them? That's where it gets really spooky. If you tripped one of those motion sensors, the absolute dead silence of the catacombs would suddenly be shattered by the ferocious, echoing sound of a barking guard dog. It was an incredibly brilliant auditory trap. And that echoing darkness, aggressive barking sounds super close and incredibly real, instantly terrifying any would-be intruder into just turning around and running for their life.
Part 4. The ghostly evacuation. A disappearing act.
Totally stunned by the sheer magnitude of this place, the police made a tactical decision. They left the sprawling complex completely intact and headed back up to the surface to pull together a specialized forensic squad. So, check out this timeline. Day 1, officers discover the cavern. Day 2, up on the surface, investigators are organizing their logistics. Day 3, detectives finally head back underground to process the scene. That is a super brief 3-day window. But what they found on day 3, it completely defied belief. They walked back into a completely empty cave. In just 72 short hours, an entire subterranean society managed to just vanish. Every single wire tapped into the grid, the massive professional screen, the plush seating, the entire restaurant setup, every last bottle from the stocked bar, it all disappeared without a single trace into the miles and miles of surrounding pitch-black tunnels. The entire cavern had been systematically and flawlessly stripped completely bare. So now the detectives are just standing there in an empty void. The theater was a total ghost. But the anonymous creators did leave exactly one thing behind. Sitting dead center, right in the middle of the empty stone floor, was a single piece of paper. And scribbled on it was this chilling little note: "Do not try to find us."
Which leaves us with this massive lingering question. Who were they, and where did they go? I mean, how does an unknown group excavate a massive lair, tap into city power, build a high-tech cinema, rig a phantom security system, and then just evaporate thousands of pounds of equipment into thin air in 3 days? To this day, the architects of this secret Paris theater remain actual phantoms of the catacombs. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time as we dive into another unbelievable true story.